This debate is hosted by Ogly, a startup that is striving to transform 21st century skills education by helping children develop the critical thinking skills necessary in today's world. Debating plays an important role in this endeavor by stimulating interdisciplinary learning, building confidence, improving communication and research skills, and cultivating quick thinking. With the development of AI technology, these skills are fundamental in today's job market. We've already seen AI beat humans at chess with Deep Blue defeating Garry Kasparov in 1997. Thankfully, however, debate is one area where AI is yet to triumph over human ingenuity. The perfect example being one of our jury members, Mr. Harish Natarajan, who defeated IBM's AI debating system, Miss Debater.
And I think to start, one thing which I found at school, studying in the United Kingdom, was that we would go through all these subjects, we would be told facts, we would try to recite those facts, and that's great. It's been really useful to be able to remember those. But that wasn't all I wanted from education. I want to be talking about contemporary issues. If we were going back to when I was in school, we were talking about I wanted to talk about the war in Iraq, whether this was a good or bad thing to do, which was a big political debate at the time. Issues where we don't really have a space to talk about them in school. And debating for me was one of those few avenues where I could talk about those. That was the first thing which I got from debating, an intellectual space to talk about things which interested me, which didn't fit into the educational curriculum. The second big thing which I got from debating was the ability to look at both sides of an argument, which is often when we have a position, we just believe something, or we read a couple of articles and we go, oh, that must be true. Well, maybe it's true. But how about if you were asked, what is the best way I can provide a counter argument to it? I think this does two purposes. It forces you to interrogate your own beliefs. How strongly can I believe them? And if when you look at the best version of the other side, rather than a weaker version of it, the best version because this is what you're being challenged to come up with, you're being challenged to read credible sources from every aspect. You might believe what you believe better, and that's fine. But it's because you've thought about it carefully. Or maybe you change your mind. Maybe you realize those things you thought were true are far more complex in reality, that very rarely does any side have a monopoly over what is right, and debating forces you to challenge your own opinions.
Our next jury member is Ms. Sandeepa Rai.
I would like to congratulate Ogly for getting you all together on this platform and unleashing, as we educators are dabbling with encouraging 21st century skills, whether it's the three C's, communication, collaboration, that we were going to look forward to see you here today.
The topic for today's debate is we must not let AI engines take any decision without sharing the reasoning.
AI forms a major part of today's world and is noticeable almost everywhere. It has had a great impact on the Earth's population and will continue to do so. I feel that no AI decision should be taken without the AI explaining its reasoning. Also, AI has been used for many negative decisions. For example, Twitter bots may have been used to affect the 2016 American elections. Also, AI doesn't give any kind of emotional support or participation.
AI is not self-evolving. AI needs to be taught. It functions based on its algorithm that is fed into. For example, AI has been scientifically proven in a 2017 study to be more discriminant towards people of African American and Hispanic races. AI is not self-evolving. We need to teach it to evolve. To conclude, AI is an exciting new prospect that has been made in very recent times. No mistakes till now does not mean no mistakes in the future. And to iron out these mistakes, we need to now look at the mistakes it is making right now to help secure our future.
So, what we're trying to say here is that it should not be mandatory for the AI to share reasoning for its decisions, because AI's life is to make our lives easier. When we listen to artificial intelligence, the first thing that comes into our minds is that it provides convenience to us. So I'll give you a very basic example. If you open a website, if you click on the open the window option, would you want it to give you reasons why you're here and what went into the coding? That's not that we do not want the background. In the end, I just like to sum up with it that not once in the whole debate the proposition has mentioned why it should be mandatory for every single decision and every single decision for AI to give reasoning. Hence, the debate is not fruitful that way if they could not provide us with basic solutions to that. Thank you. I address my case here.